Namaste, you're on The Nation at 5. I'm Anand Narasimhan coming to you live from the newsroom here at CNN News 18. Here's a story that you'll be quite surprised that the ISI has been using Pakistani actresses to keep tabs on certain politicians and also honey trap them. This is news coming through our investigations editor Manoj Gupta. And for the last whole week, Pakistani media has been rife with stories and counterclaims and of course clarifications coming in from top actresses in Pakistan, some of whom are also familiar names here in India. Now, what we are given to understand is this entire honey trap scandal has rocked the nation. Reports suggest top Pakistani actresses were being used by the Pakistan Army and the ISI to honey trap politicians and then pressurize them or to get them to do their bidding. Now, actresses were used to record audios and videos and in compromising positions and objectionable ones, which could also become a huge matter of prestige for these politicians. Then they were used to blackmail them. This tactic was used by the former Pakistan Army Chief, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, and the former ISI Chief, General Faiz. Now, as per report, these actresses would stay in ISI safe houses and then deployed for honey trap operations. The actresses have dismissed the charges, calling it a bid to assassinate their character. But more importantly, all of this came from a former army person himself on a YouTube blog, where he made these sensational claims, and then it snowballed with also some of the videos and pictures of these actresses with some of these politicians being leaked on social media, and it's all gone viral. But more importantly, this military establishment just cannot be trusted. Ye kisi ke sage nahi hai. Sushant Sareen is with us. Sushant Sareen, imagine the Pakistan military and the ISI using actresses to honey trap politicians of their own country so that they get them to do their bidding. Blackmail them.
Anand, come on, that's the oldest trick in the book, isn't it? That's often a tactic which is used by intelligence agencies and authoritarian and totalitarian regimes to keep people in check. But when the Pakistan Army uses such methods, then the question which needs to be asked is that since the Pakistan Army claims to be an Islamic army, protecting, the Islamic ethos of Pakistan, and drum beating about how much of Islamic warriors they are, and they claim that they are the ideological guardians of Pakistan. Now, are such tactics or such shenanigans guarding the ideological frontiers of Pakistan or extending the ideological frontiers of Pakistan? I think that is one question which these Pakistanis need to be asked. Pakistanis need to ask their army this, and we need to ask Pakistan these questions. Number one. Number two, look, now this major who has released this information or revealed this information is a bit of a dredge, of humanity. He's a loudmouth. He's a very obnoxious guy. But we know it for a fact that the Pakistan Army has used these people, these actresses, starlets, what have you, in Pakistan for these kind of purposes. They have used them not just with their own politicians, they have used them with politicians of other countries, including of India. I might tell you that. I don't want to take names, but there are very serious allegations against certain Indian politicians having partaked with these kind of honey traps or being caught in these kind of honey traps. Now, they have used this against other politicians, other countries, and this is, like I said, this is the oldest trick in the book. Right. But in this particular case, the actresses, of course, will deny it. No actress will ever say that, yes, she was involved in these activities. But if you look at some of the public statements of these actresses, the kind of postures they have adopted, I think, questions can be raised about how plausible their denials actually are. And then, of course, there are videos of the generals themselves partaking in this kind of activity, which have also been coming out. We know it for a fact that Imran Khan has been indulging in this kind of activity. He was a womanizer to start with. But even as Prime Minister, there were stories of, his womanizing and all kinds of other peccadillos which he had. Again, it only exposes the hypocrisy of the Pakistanis. These are guys who will not allow a Hindi movie to play in Pakistan because they think Pakistani culture
Yeah.
will be affected, will be polluted. But I suppose these videos actually tell you what Pakistani culture is all about.
Not just that, then does this also not expose the what you've been highlighting, the brazen hypocrisy of the Pakistani society itself, where they try to play holier than thou or present themselves as holier than thou, but they are not, because what this ex-military major of Pakistan, Raja Adil, has alleged is that they are used for blackmailing politicians and making scandalous videos with them. But it's not just the allegation, like you said, Sushantji. These videos are also there. It's also the fact that ye pehli baar nahi hua, but these videos are there. Some of these actresses have plied their wares in Bharat. Should we then be concerned that whoever is coming in from Pakistan, do they have to then be scrutinized from the intelligence point of view? Whether or not and how close they are with the ISI or the establishment there, and are they also pushing an ulterior motive along with perhaps filling their pockets? Because Bharat mein paisa hai.
Yeah, look, of course you have to keep, if you want to survive as a nation, then you have to have eternal vigilance against these kind of people. To think that just because a Pakistani comes into India, he's just come for work and there is no other ulterior motive, I think that's nonsense. Look, we have seen some of the film makers who have patronized the Pakistanis. We've seen their positions, for example, on 26/11 attacks, haven't you? Very noted filmmakers who have been very patronizing towards the Pakistani stars, who have patronized them, who have given them breaks, who have spoken for them, who have picked up cudgels for them. Please look at their standpoints on the 26/11 terror attacks. How they defended the Pakistanis, how they tried to deflect attention onto RSS and other things, the red herrings which they created. You mean to tell me that was all innocent? You mean to tell me that these guys actually were playing the straight bat? And it's not just film stars. It's not just film stars or starlets which come from Pakistan or models who come from Pakistan. I can tell you about journalists or wannabe journalists who come to India to interview politicians and what has happened after that.
Yes.
So again, these are things which have always been known. I suppose many people in the Indian intelligence community have also known of these things. But, many times for one reason or another, these are brushed under the carpet and nobody talks about them openly. But when the Pakistanis are washing their own dirty linen in public, then I think, it's important for Indians to understand where many of these things are coming from and how this entire racket operates.
Right. Sushantji, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Top of this edition of The Nation at 5. Thank you for your inputs. Have to shift focus away from Pakistan, closer home, towards Assam, and news coming in from Dibrugarh, where reports have emerged of a minor Hindu girl being abducted by a married Muslim man. Now, the girl's mother has said that she had gone for tuition classes and has not returned. Her phone's been switched off, and the family has alleged that the prime suspect is a man named Jahidul who worked as a hawker in the area. Jahidul, so far from that time, this little girl has been missing, this minor girl has been missing, has also been missing. Jahidul has been missing. They have requested Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma to step in and help, and it was actually the Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma who actually tagged the Dibrugarh police and said, get into the entire story and get to the bottom of it and help the family. Himanta Biswa Sarma also, like I said, asking the authorities take immediate action. Let's listen into the reactions that have come in from the family.
ছোৱালীজনী মোৰ ভাগিন হয়। সি আপোনাৰ যোৱা শনিবাৰৰ পৰা গধূলি টিউশ্যনৰ কাৰণে ওলাই গৈছিল। তাৰপৰা সি ৰিটাৰ্ণ ঘৰলৈ উভতি অহা নাই। তাৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ ভিনদক বহুত চিন্তা হ'ল। ওচৰৰ পুলিচ ষ্টেচনত তাৰ ৰিপৰ্ট কৰোৱা হ'ল। পুলিচে নিজৰ কাম কৰি আছে, কিন্তু আজি 5 দিন হ'ব হৈছে ছোৱালীজনী একো আমি বিচাৰি পোৱা নাই। তো আমি আমাৰ চৰকাৰ মাননীয় শ্ৰীমান হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মাৰ পৰা অনুৰোধ কৰিছোঁ যে আমাৰ ছোৱালীজনীক মানে যিমান জলদি হয়।
টিউশ্যন গৈছিলে, টিউশ্যনৰ পৰাই মানে সি নাপাতা হৈ গ'ল। তাক আমি ফোন কৰিছোঁ, সি নাই অহা ঘৰত। তেতিয়া আমি তাক বিচাৰিলোঁ, তাৰপাছত তাক নাপালোঁ বুলি আমি লগে লগে থানালৈ এজাহাৰ দিলোঁ। তাত দিয়াৰ পাছত সিহঁতে দ্বিতীয় দিনাৰ পৰা নিজৰ কাম মানে আৰম্ভ কৰি দিলে পূৰা। কিন্তু এতিয়ালৈকে আমি ছোৱালীৰ একো খবৰ পোৱা নাই।
কোনে নিলে বুলি সন্দেহ কৰিছে আপোনালোকে?
এইটো আমাৰ ঠেলাৱালা এটা আছিলে, দোকানত ঠেলা চলাইছিলে, তাকে আমি সন্দেহ কৰিছোঁ, কেলে সি ইয়াত নাই, জাইদুল আলী বুলি।
Well, there are images and pictures of Jaidul also that have now been pushed out. The family has complained to the local authorities. So far, there is no trace of this girl and also this man who is a hawker in the area. The family has reasons, very clearly, very confirmed reasons to believe that he is the man who has abducted their daughter, who's a minor girl. And they believe that from the day she stepped out for tuitions, on that day itself, Jaidul as a hawker, he is also not been seen and he is also missing. Now, there are pictures which have also come out, which have been shared, which show Jaidul as a person who's a married man. He has a child of his own, but now the family is alleging that it is this man who has abducted this minor Hindu girl from this area in Dibrugarh in Assam. We'll try and connect with Preeti Priyadarshini for more details, but it is the Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma who, after the family reached out to him and tagged him on social media and reached out for help with all the details, has also now asked the local authorities, tagging the Dibrugarh police, to try and get to the bottom of it and help this family find their girl. They do not know whether this child is, where this child is, where this minor girl is. They do not know about her well-being. No details have surfaced so far. We'll try and connect with Preeti for more details on this. Preeti, are you there with us? Well, we'll try and connect with Preeti the moment she's through. Preeti Priyadarshini is with us. Preeti, can you take us through the details? Have the cops gotten into action? Do they know anything about the whereabouts of Jaidul, who's the prime suspect?
Yes, Anand, I have to tell you that as of now, Jahidul is not being found, although the police of 3 districts are on track. They are tracking Jahidul, and after the Chief Minister of the state, Himanta Biswa Sharma, retweeted and asked to put them proper interest into this whole incident. We have seen that the police of Barpeta, to where Jahidul actually belonged, and along with that, the Guwahati police, and also along with that the place from where he is actually the girl was it is to be said that she has been kidnapped, Duliajan. There also the police is on alert. They are trying to find Jahidul, and even the parents of the victim has also urged the police and the Chief Minister of the state to please see through this matter, because they are very worried, as she is just 17 years old and she was reading in class 11, and it has been told that she is not being found since the evening of 31st December. So it is actually worrying not just the parents but also people in the locality, because she was just 17 years old and was reading in class 11. And it has been said that Jahidul's cell phone got switched off in Hatigaon in Guwahati, which is again worrisome, because it means that he shifted from that original place from where the girl was kidnapped, and she was probably brought to Guwahati, where in Hatigaon the phone of the accused Jahidul got switched off, and that is why the Dibrugarh police is also here in Guwahati now, so that the Guwahati police and the Dibrugarh police can go together and track Jahidul as soon as possible, because it's been so many days now since the girl has gone missing.
Two or three questions and you can answer them together. Has Jaidul left his existing family behind in Dibrugarh? One. When was his phone switched off, or till what time was it active in Hatigaon? Was it switched off on the 31st, 1st, 2nd? When did that happen? And why does the family believe that he is the one who's the prime suspect in the abduction of their daughter?
Yes, firstly, I have to tell you that Jahidul's or native place is in Barpeta, where his family belongs, where he has a child. He is a married person. So his family is in Barpeta actually, which is why the police is now keeping a track that Jahidul might also come to his family. However, Jahidul has yet not went to his family now, and his family is in Barpeta itself, because his native place is in Barpeta. And as far far as the phone that went switched off in Hatigaon, it has been told that the next day itself, on the 1st of January, the phone got switched off as the police had tracked the matter. Although the FIR was lodged later, but while police tracked the details, it was told by the guardian, the parents of the girl, that the accused's mobile, the cell phone, was switched off the next day itself. And while tracking the details, it was found that it was switched off near Hatigaon. And the minor girl who is now missing, her phone also got switched off almost around the same time, because twice the phone rang when her parents tried to call her. Twice it rang, and then after that it was not ringing after that. Anand.
Right, so these are the details. Now you're saying Dibrugarh police has also come up to Guwahati. Have they gone on beyond Guwahati? Are there pictures going to be put out because she's a minor? So can her information, pictures be shared? Or is it going to be first that the cops are going to focus on locating the whereabouts of Jahidul and thereby find this minor girl who's just 17 years old, and the family alleges that she's been abducted by a hawker in their area in Dibrugarh. Thank you for your inputs, Preeti. Shifting focus, moving away from Assam and turning the spotlight towards Uttarakhand and Haldwani, where the division bench of the Uttarakhand High Court issued the eviction orders after listening to all parties concerned and judged that these families who were there in the Gafur Basti area near Haldwani station were occupying railways land. The land belongs to the railways. But the High Court ordered the demolition of these encroachments in the land, where nearly 4,356 of the 4,365 establishments were deemed as encroached, where they did not have proper land records. And the court said that if they do not vacate, give them a week to vacate. If they do not vacate, then use force and demolish these places. This is the judgment. This matter has been going on in the rounds of the courts since 2013, if not before that. And it's also come to the Supreme Court before in the past. The matter will now be placed before the Supreme Court tomorrow. That's the 5th of January. But Chief Minister Pushkar Dhami has said that the government will take action as per the Supreme Court's order. Remember, Congress and the Samajwadi Party are protesting against this eviction order, demanding that the government rehabilitate all the residents. They have also accused the government of targeting Muslim majority population of the area. Let's look at some of the reactions and also ground report coming in from Anshul.
A decision given by the Uttarakhand High Court has sparked a lot of controversy. Uttarakhand High Court has gone ahead and said that the buildings that you see right here, all these buildings are deemed illegal and has been deemed as encroachments. Now, according to the locals who have been staying on the ground, they say that all these buildings have been built here for many, many generations, and they have been staying here for many, many generations. However, the decision that has come to the fore, the Uttarakhand High Court has said that the local authorities can use any amount of force to make sure that all these encroachments are removed within a gap of 7 days. It remains to be seen how does the Supreme Court now respond to this entire controversy, and if the Supreme Court could bring any sort of relief to these people who are going to be homeless if the Supreme Court refuse to step in. कैसे देखते हैं इस पूरे मामले को? इतने सालों से आप लोग यहाँ रह रहे हैं, उसके बाद आपके साथ इस तरह का व्यवहार हो रहा है और कहा गया कि फोर्स यूज करके भी आपको हटाया जाना चाहिए।
ये सब सियासी दबाव है और ये एक पार्टी का हमारे पर दबाव बनाकर हमें खाली कराने की कोशिश की जा रही है। और इसमें जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस क्षेत्र से वोट नहीं मिलता, वो बदले की भावना से काम कर। आप जो हाई कोर्ट का फैसला है, ये स्वयं उसका फैसला नहीं है, ये दबाव है इसके पीछे।
निगम ने 2016 में ये कहा कि ये हमारी प्रॉपर्टी है। आज 2022 में निगम क्यों मना कर रहा है कि हमारी प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है? उन्होंने हाई कोर्ट के जजों को गुमराह करा ना निगम ने कि ये हमारी प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है, ये साहब रेलवे की है।
इनको खुद नहीं पता है कि इनकी जगह है कितनी जगह है, ये किस बिना पर मतलब इतनी जगह मांग रहा है। तो यहाँ पर
बिल्कुल मिले हुए हैं पटरी से मकान साइड में काठगोदाम की थोड़ा सा, तो वहाँ रेलवे।
तो अब ये यहाँ आकर के तो कहते हैं कि 800 फीट है, लेकिन आप इधर चले जाए, काठगोदाम चले जाए या शीश महल चले जाए, वहाँ पर 20-20 फीट पर जो है 20-20 फीट पर मकान की दूरी बने हुए हैं।
माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने है अब मामला और हमारे हाथ जुड़े हुए भगवान से कि हमको सुप्रीम न्याय मिले, लोगों की छत बचे, लोगों के घर परिवार बचे। और साथ साथ माननीय मुख्यमंत्री से भी मेरी प्रार्थना है इस मौन उपवास के माध्यम से कि वो हस्तक्षेप करें। हम आध्यात्मिक प्रदेश हैं और हमारे प्रदेश में यदि 50-55 हजार लोग, जिसमें बच्चे भी हैं, गर्भवती महिलाएं हैं, वृद्ध महिलाएं हैं, वृद्ध पुरुष हैं, इस ठंड में सड़कों पर आएंगे, उनके घर तोड़ दिए जाएंगे, तो ये बहुत ही दुखद होगा।
सर, आज आप यहाँ पर आए, लोगों से मिले हैं आप, क्या आपको लगता है, क्या समझ में आया लोगों से मिलकर के, क्या भावनाएं हैं?
हमने बहुत बड़ी त्रासदी देखी है। हमने अपनी ज़िंदगी में इतने लोगों को एक साथ रोते हुए नहीं देखा था। हमने यहाँ बुजुर्गों की सिसकियाँ देखी हैं, मरीजों को रोते हुए देखा है। हम ये अपनी ज़िंदगी में कभी नहीं भूल सकते। इनका कोर्ट का जो भी फैसला है, जाहिर है हम सब कोर्ट को मानने वाले लोग हैं, कहीं ना कहीं पैरवी में कमी रह गई, जिसकी वजह से ये सब कुछ हो रहा है। ये लोग जब से रह रहे हैं, सरकार ने यहाँ 4 स्कूल बनाए, सड़कें बनाई हैं, सीवर लाइन डाली है, तो ये कैसे अवैध हो गई? सरकार को नहीं मालूम था क्या? और अगर कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा कुछ हुआ भी है तो सरकार इनको रेगुलराइज कर सकती है, कानून पास किया जा सकता है। और अगर इन्हें विस्थापित ही करना चाहते हैं तो इनको दूसरी जगह दी जाए, इनको मुआवजा दिया जाए, इनको एक नौकरी दी जाए। 52,000 लोगों को, जिसमें बच्चे, महिलाएं, बुजुर्ग, बीमार, गरीब लोग जो दिन भर काम करते हैं और रात को उनको रोटी नसीब होती है, ऐसे उजाड़ दिए जाएंगे।
ये बहुत नाजायज है। ये हाय खाली नहीं जाएगी अगर सताएंगे तो। कितनी महिलाएं नई विधवाएं बैठी हैं, हाथ उठाए हुए दुआ कर रही हैं। कितनी विधवाएं नई 2 बच्चे, एक बच्चे के। इतना जुल्म तो अंग्रेजों ने भी नहीं करा कि ये सरकार जो कि मुसलमानों के साथ में जुल्म कर रही है।
हम लोगों ने यहाँ अपने रब से दुआ की है। हमारे घरों को उजाड़ा जा रहा है, हमारे ऊपर नाइंसाफ़ी की जा रही है। अगर इंसाफ ही करना है तो काठगोदाम से तोड़ते हुए लाएं, क्योंकि वही लास्ट स्टेशन है, वहीं से ही ट्रेन उन्हें चालू करनी है।
दुआ ये कराई गई है कि ये आशियाने उजड़ने से बच जाएं, ये घर उजड़ने से बच जाएं, क्योंकि इन घरों को लोगों ने बड़ी मेहनत और मशक्क़त के साथ बनाया है। प्रूफ दिए जा रहे हैं 200 साल पुराने, 85 साल पुराने प्रूफ दिए जा रहे हैं। तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इतना कहा जा रहा है कि इन घरों को ना उजाड़ा जाए। जब इतना प्रूफ दिया जा रहा है तो जो है कोर्ट को एक तरफा फैसला नहीं, दोनों तरफा फैसला करना चाहिए। लगता तो यह है कि सब बादशाहों का बादशाह एक है, सब शहंशाहों का शहंशाह एक है। उसकी जब लाठी चलेगी तो कोई नहीं रोक पाएगा। बस सबसे बड़ी बात है, उस पर तवक्कुल है, उस पर यकीन है, और यही यकीन हमें कामयाबी और कामरानी दिलाएगा।
Now, Anshul, there are allegations being made that women, children are being put up in front. The division bench of the Uttarakhand High Court listened to all sides, and most of the people present there could not present valid land ownership records. And this entire land belongs to the railways. This is a case that's been going on for nearly a decade now. The point is, why is there a political color being given to a court order? Why are political leaders coming out and saying, and people alleging that this is being done by the design of somebody? So they are actually casting aspersions on the judgment of a division bench of the Uttarakhand High Court.
Well, definitely the entire population that is residing over here is definitely raising questions in the manner in which the entire order has come out of the Uttarakhand High Court. Because if you see, there are many government schools, there are many government hospitals in this entire area which has now been earmarked as encroachments by the Uttarakhand High Court. Yes, the people on the ground are saying that the lawyer that they had hired, he might have not put their version in the right manner, and that is why they are now pointing all their hopes on the Supreme Court, as the Supreme Court is going to hear the matter tomorrow, the plea tomorrow, and it remains to be seen if the Supreme Court will at all entertain the plea and put a stay on this order. Because if you see, I'll just try and show you an example over here. If you see, this is a government school that is in this very location, and this government school has been here since 2005 itself. So yes, people are saying that if the entire land belonged to the railways, then why did government come out here and do such kind of developments? There are also sewer lines that have been laid.
But the simple point, Anshul, is if the land belongs to the railways, no matter who constructs it, the court has deemed it as illegal because the land this is encroachment. The court has this matter not been kept in front of the court? Has the fact that there are temples, mosques, there are government schools, hospitals, etc., everything has been built over this 78-acre plot, all of this is in front of the court. But at the end of the day, if the land belongs to the railways, then nobody has the right to build over it if they do not have the title.
Well, definitely the people are seeing that they respect the order of the court, but yes, the manner in which the order of the court has come up, they are seeing that this is out of a political design, since the locals are claiming that this area is actually a stronghold of the Congress party for the past many years, and that is the reason why the locals over here are seeing that this is being done by a design. That is why they are seeing that political party.
But if that's what the locals are alleging, then they are openly attaching motive and design to a judgment of the court, which after the Supreme Court told them to listen to all sides, has listened and then passed this judgment. Anyway, the matter is going to go into the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is going to take cognizance of this entire issue coming on Thursday. That's the 5th of January. Anshul, thank you for your inputs. We're going to take a very short break here on The Nation at 5. Stay with us. The details on the Kanjiwala case when we come back.